Hello everyone, welcome to Wine Grit Strength. Yes, you are not misreading anything. We are going to be talking about breathing and bracing again. Why are we going to do this? Well, reason number one, it's important. It is essentially the most important thing you will ever do, which will ever improve any of your experience in picking something up. And it will hugely reduce the chances of you damaging yourself picking something up while your body is not breathed and braced and ready. Another reason is because I have been, as you probably can tell, not as on it as I want to be. There are reasons for this, and I will go into them quickly. One of them is the day job. It does wipe me out, and sometimes I can come back feeling a little bit, dejected. And I'm like, right, I need to relax. I need to do something. And I'll sit and I'll do like what a lot of you are doing now. I'll scroll something. I'll find something I was watching on YouTube. And I'll read through that. I'll play some music. Get myself into a bit more like happy place. And then the time's coming, the night's coming long, and what have I done? I have sacrificed the content for you, good people. Now, I mean my body's just about got back to lifting. I was away on the competition on the 3rd, AGF's Strongest. That went, there was a lot of fun there. But that's a separate video, so I can put more content out on the same day. Boom! Always thinking, just about. Right. So yes, breathing and bracing. What are we doing when we breathe and we brace? We are strengthening our core, and your core is this bit here, and it's around as well. Yeah, I could do with some better sort of equipment area around here. But it takes longer to upload videos on my phone than it does on my laptop. Also, this is the first video for a while already. How is it 2 minutes past already? I'm going to waffle on for a little bit. Longer videos, uploading onto a laptop, no bother. Unloading onto a phone takes a little bit longer. That said, there's still going to be There's still going to be content going out onto like the Instagram page, so you can check that out on either Paul Hiley lifts is one word, or even better, bit easier to remember, you can check it out on Iron Grit Strength. Yeah, because I'll probably do like I'll put up like little videos on there, little format videos to advertise the bigger format videos. And there'll be videos and videos galore. So yes, but now what is breathing and bracing is? What breathing and bracing is? You are taking a deep breath in through the nose. That air is not going up there. That air is going here, into the core, into the belly. Now, if you're doing this properly, your belly will push out as you breathe in. This is actually perfect This isn't like you can do this as like a meditation technique. You can do this as a relaxing moment technique. The thing is, it is not a normal way for you to breathe. You have to understand this well. Breathing and bracing, it is a technique that is used to increase your core, and which makes your body stronger in the core, and that's going to give you more force, or the ability to produce more force when you lift whatever thing it is you're lifting. Essentially, the core is going to keep the body intact. The core is going to stop you from breaking over. The core is going to stop you from, you know, slipping a disc or something. So, steps. My steps for the breathing. Step 1, big breath into the belly. Feel the belly push out. You don't stop there. You have to imagine that there's also air around the obliques and around your lower back. There's all potential area for air there. So when you breathe and when you brace, imagine all the air going around you, a cylinder. Now, I've mentioned this one before. I will mention it again because it makes sense. It's like you are a can of fizzy pop. We'll say fizzy pop. You know, I'm not endorsed by anyone. I'm not going to say your favourite variety of fizzy pop. Well, when you've got that can and you just take it out of, you know, off the shelf from where you're going to buy it or anything, and you can you can squeeze that can a little bit, and you can hear like the sounds like you can't squash it, but you know, you could push a dent into it with a finger or something if you wanted to. Now, if you got that can of fizzy drink and shook it up, what happens to the can? Solid. It expands because the gas particles in it, they want to get out. And they can't get out. The only time they get out is when you take off the cap. What happens? Everywhere. Because the gas suddenly escapes. So, when you're taking your breaths, imagine you are shaking the can, if you like. And as you're doing that, just imagine the particles, the gas, the air that you've taken in is now going all the way around your can. And then you can breathe out. And when you do, you will probably feel a little bit awkward. Maybe a tiny bit, uncomfortable. It might even feel a bit uncomfortable. To begin with, this will not feel normal. This will not feel natural. But this will solidify your core. And if you think for a second, there's a little bit more air space there, breathe in more. I take about 3 steps with my breaths. I go in through the nose for everything I can. Then I breathe in a little bit more in the mouth. And then I take a last little breath as well. So, if you would like to follow my directions, I said this probably would look a bit better stood up, but if I stand up, you can't see my face. You can't see the beard. So, you know. Comment. You want to see my belly or my beard? Right? I'll do an example of both. We'll do one for now, so you can see what I'm doing. So, you breathe in as much as you can. Now, as you can see, that last one, my face went a bit funny. That's because that's that last bit of air. That's that last bit. That's you searching for that tiny, tiny last bit of air. Right, now I'm going to stand up. Yoink. We'll do a side view and we'll see what's going on. And one day I'll do this actually. I'll get a decent camera. But in the meantime, right, so put your hands on the belly. I would say practice this three times a day, at least, minimum. First time, do it with your hand on your belly. Second time, do it with your hand on your obliques, not the hips, definitely the obliques, the love handles. And then on the third time, do it with your hand behind your back. And each time you breathe, you want to feel your hand moving. Visualize. Right, here we go. So, breath 1. Breath 2. Here you go. I've got them. Find this little saggy bits here. Yeah. So don't squeeze, but just feel them gently. Squeeze them a little bit. Right, one more with your hand on the lower back. Again, if you want to find the part of your back that you feel there's most of something to like squeeze hold of. Ooh, so there we go. 3 times a day, minimum, absolute minimum. Minimum of 3 times a day. How long did that take? A couple of minutes. 3 times a day. Practice breathing and bracing. And yeah, because you're not doing anything with that breath, it does feel a little bit slightly odd when it goes, because you know when you're breathing your breath, obviously you're increasing the air, the size of your core, and then you're locking it in. Then there's a purpose for that. You're doing it to make your body in the moment stronger. Well, your core, we'll specify it with the core. Your core in that moment wants to be strong like a rock. I can't remember which one of this one it was. There's been so many blooming X-Men films, isn't there? I think it was the second one. Yeah, it was the second one. I don't know the name of this. Any X-Men fans who know the correct name for him? See, I want to say Colossus, but I don't know if he is, because no, it's the metal, the timber. Anyway, in this particular scene, this mutant, like, his ability is he can suddenly change into metal, and that is what you want to imagine breathing and bracing is. It's like a switch. It's like, so here you're normal, and it's like you're putting on body armor, and that's transforming your core into something soft, and to all of a sudden, boom, it's like you're ready to take a whack. So yes, breathe and brace. Step 1, in through the nose. Step 2, bit in the mouth. Step 3, if you've got some. Step 3 is even sometimes there might not be anything there, but that doesn't mean to say you're not going to go looking for it. All right, that's it. So in through the nose, in through the mouth, that last tiny little one. See, even then, just doing that, I'm instant, like, brace. And another thing you can do, so as well as putting your hand on there, you can poke yourself in the middle of your belly and practice, like, throwing it up. I don't understand. It's quite funny, actually. Sort of like, yeah, just push yourself in the belly. Ready for the brace? But again, your core at the time might not thank you for it. But if you're going to pick something up, you breathe and you brace, because the breathing and bracing, that's just your core doing its thing. The next thing, that's the mechanics of whatever movement you're doing. And when I say mechanics, that's when your muscles and the biomechanics of the body, i.e. deadlift, you breathe, you brace, you don't hold on. Once you've breathed and once you've got your solid brace, at this point now you're going into the stages of your deadlift. The mechanics of the movement, the hinging out, the pulling the hip through. Again, we'll go into that later. So for now, it's breathing and it's bracing. Right. If you are after a bit of coaching, contact me through the email in the description. got any comments? Chuck them in. Keep them nice. Keep them friendly. We might be a little bit hairy and scary, but the strongman community, we are nice. I met a couple of blokes actually. It was October last year. Same competition, AGF Strongest 2025, and met them, all four of them again. They were there. All three of them again were there last year. We had a picture together. We were recording each other's things, and you know, and if you bump into someone you don't know, someone you just, you know, people are all fist pumping each other as they come back from their things. It's just such a nice environment. Is it a little bit of a crazy sport? Yeah. But that said, how many other sports are you going to get to pull a truck? It could have been a truck. It was a minibus, actually. But, you know, where are you going to get another sport where you can do all this stuff, right? And even if you don't want to be a competitive strong man or strong woman, maybe you just want to get stronger because your life will be a lot easier if you are physically slightly stronger. Because what's the alternative? You can be slightly weaker. You know? So yes, if you are interested in getting stronger, maybe you want to go to do some strong comps. Maybe you just want to get stronger for the sake of being stronger. Give me a nod. Contact me from here. I am currently giving away 5 weeks of coaching absolutely free. Because, you know, I want to get us all stronger. Let's get stronger. But don't let the shopping hold you back anymore. Don't pay for the Uber to come drop it off to you. Have the health, have the fitness level to walk to the shop, and then the strength to carry the shopping home. Keep strong, keep happy, keep healthy, and I'll speak to you all later. Ta-da. And breathe and brace.